is going to be a winter bucket list video. I know that you guys really loved my autumn bucket list video, and I've been really loving setting seasonal goals for myself, and I feel like it's really inspired me to actually go ahead and reach these goals because they're written down, they're on paper, we can physically get a pen, check these off, and they're also just really fun to make. It's a really relaxing, fun Christmas activity that I can do every couple of months when it's about to be a new season. I know we're technically not in winter yet, but we're almost there, and it feels very wintry outside at the moment, so we're nearly there. And I thought I will make a Christmas bucket list. I actually meant to call this a winter bucket list rather than a Christmas bucket list because some of these can kind of go into January, but I think I probably will do a separate video talking about my New Year's goals and a New Year's sort of bucket list video maybe. So I have called it a Christmas bucket list for now. But yeah, made it really Christmassy, really cute. I literally made it just before this video. I had a really fun time making it. I put the fireplace on the TV, I had some Christmas jazz on in the background, I had candles lit, I had my fairy lights on, and to top it off, I had a cup of tea in my Grinch mug and a mince pie. Honestly, I felt like I was living the dream. I literally sat down and I felt like really excitable. I was just like, oh my gosh, this feels so Christmassy and cozy and festive, and I loved it. I loved it. So if you're looking for something fun, crafty, and also inspiring, something that you feel like could help you reach your goals this season, then I recommend making your own winter or Christmas bucket list, because like I said, it's such a nice thing to do that's not on your phone, it's not involving screen time. So I made a list of ideas before making this so that then I just had to refer to the list rather than having to sit down, scroll through TikTok, look for ideas online, have a think, like, do you know what I mean? I then didn't really need to use my phone whilst actually making this. It was some nice screen-free time for me, and it was just a nice, cozy thing to do. So yeah, I definitely recommend making one of these if you've got some time free. Okay, so I know you want to know what's on the list, so I promise we will get into that in just a second. I just wanted to say about this video, obviously, we are in the new era of Sparkle Remind. We are on the Regain Your Sparkle journey, and you're probably thinking, okay, this is a very similar video to what you would have filmed before, and that's true, because I honestly felt like making these bucket lists and writing down things that you want to achieve or goals you want to reach for a specific season is such a good way to feel productive, to motivate you. So whether you are feeling a little bit down or struggling a little bit, or you need some motivation to get out there and do things, because I know it's tricky when it's getting dark. I know a lot of people do struggle with seasonal depression. I'm sure that this season and this time of year can be difficult for a lot of people. So I personally find this really helpful myself as a way to set myself goals, to motivate me to spend my evenings doing some of these activities. And most of these ideas on here are actually free to do, and a lot of them you can do at home, and so you don't necessarily need to go out in the dark, because I know that can be quite off-putting and a little bit scary as well. So yeah, I just wanted to say that before I tell you my ideas on my bucket list. I just wanted to say, like, obviously, yes, this is a similar video to my autumn bucket list, but we are also focusing on kind of the benefits of making a bucket list or a goals list for the Christmas/winter season. But without further ado, let's get into the bucket list ideas. Okay, my first idea is to camp next to the Christmas tree when I put it up. So I'm planning to put up my Christmas tree on Monday. Now I might vlog this, I'm not sure. I might not. I don't know. But me and Alex are going to be putting up all our Christmas decorations on Monday. We're going to have a little festive day, putting up all our Christmas decor. And then I saw on TikTok someone saying that a tradition they want to make for them and for their family and for their children when they have children eventually. And they were saying that they would like to start a tradition where they sleep near the Christmas tree on the day that they put it up. And I just thought, yeah, why not? And how cozy would that be to have the Christmas tree up, to sleep in the living room or wherever your Christmas tree is, sleep near it, and just have a really festive evening. And I feel like that would make you feel so cozy. I might make that one of my new traditions. I'm going to try it out this year anyway and see what I think, and then maybe it will become a yearly event. My second idea is to have an at-home spa. I'm picturing getting all my face masks out, getting my face creams, my bubble baths, my bath bombs, so I can have a little foot spa. I can then do some face masks. I can maybe put some hair masks in my hair, some hair serums, and just just have a really relaxing spa-like evening. And this will probably be even better if it's on a day where I've been to work. So you guys could also do this idea at home. Just use whatever products you've already got. You don't need to go out and buy any extra bits. Obviously you can if you want to, but you don't need to. Maybe use some face masks that you've had for a while and you've been thinking, I really need to use those at some point. Now's the time. Get all your little spa-like essentials out that you may have. It could be as simple as just getting your favourite moisturiser out and giving your face a good clean, an exfoliate or a good cleanse, and then putting a nice moisturiser on. It could be anything like that. It could just be putting some bubble bath in the bath and popping your feet in and pretending it's like a foot spa, and cutting your toenails, painting your toenails, all of those kind of things. That's what I'm imagining for this spa night. And like I say, it doesn't have to be expensive. It could be basically completely free. You can make it feel like a spa at home. It's also a great thing to do on these cold wintry evenings. It can warm your feet up, warm you up. It can also make you feel cozy and you don't have to go outside. I just feel like this is a really nice idea for something to do in this cold wintry season. My next thing has been something on my mind for a while, and it is to visit a garden centre. If you know me, you know I love a garden centre. There's just something about them that I love. I just love all the little cute home decor bits that they sell, especially around Christmas when a lot of garden centres decorate the entire place, and they have Christmas decorations for sale, baubles, Christmas trees up that you can buy. Sometimes they have like light displays and just things like that. I just love it. And even when it's not Christmas, I love a garden centre. The little plants that you can buy, the little cafe that they usually have inside. I just love the whole vibe of it. I can't explain it, but I love it. And especially at Christmas. And there's quite a few garden centres near my hometown, because my family home is actually in the countryside. So there's a lot of garden centres around there, and a lot of them do go all out for Christmas. So I'm very much looking forward to visiting a Christmassy garden centre in this winter season, hopefully. I also want to start a new hobby. This is more aimed towards the new year, but I also may begin it sooner. I'm not sure. I have a couple of ideas in mind, but I'll let you guys know about that probably in the new year video or when I've actually started them. I want to maybe do a hobby that I've been thinking about starting for a while. So this could be joining like an extracurricular club, some sort of class or workshop or something like that. I'd like it to be something that maybe is like a weekly class or event that I could go to, just as something different to do on one of my evenings, a way to kind of socialise with people. Because I don't know about all of you, but I think winter can be quite an isolating time. A lot of people don't want to go out and about. Everyone's so busy around the Christmas period, including myself. I can't lie, I'm so busy this December and this winter season. But I just think it would be really nice, especially going into the new year. January and February can be really tricky months. I always find that they feel quite long and they drag on a little bit, and the weather's quite cold. But we can make this a more positive time. I'm trying to think of ideas of what can I do to make that difficult time a little bit more positive and make it easier and more enjoyable. January and February don't have to be hard. They don't have to be difficult months. I'm going to try my best this year to make them good months. One of the ways I'm going to do that is by starting a new hobby. My next thing on my list is to finish my book. I'm going to grab it and show you what I'm reading at the moment. So I am reading the Let Them Theory book by Mel Robbins. Now I'm sure most of you will have heard about this book, and if you haven't, please do a little bit of research about this book, because as you can see, I am like maybe 2/3 of the way through it, or just over halfway through this book, and oh my goodness, I love it. It is probably one of the best books I've ever read, and I recommend it so much. I have been recommending this book to anyone that will listen to me talk about it. I feel like I've already learned so much from this, and just to really briefly summarize it, and there's a lot more to it than what I'm about to say, but it is essentially teaching you how to let go, how to just think, let them, to kind of try to stop controlling or trying to control situations or people, and just letting things happen. Now obviously that depends on the situation in life, but this book goes into a lot more detail on specific situations that this can apply to. But essentially, I really recommend this book. Go and check it out if you are interested, and my goal is to finish this book before the new year. And I think the way I'm going to do that is by trying to read for at least 15 minutes every day. Now I've set goals in the past where I've said, right, my goal is to read every day. But my brain then thinks, okay, I haven't got time to read every day, because it's kind of thinking, oh, I need like at least half an hour to like sit down, relax and read. I need the right environment, blah, blah, blah. actually, whereas I find that if I give myself the goal of just reading for, it can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever length of time you feel like works for you, my brain then thinks, okay, 15 minutes is like nothing, you know, that's such a short period of time. I can sit down for 15 minutes, whether it's before I go to bed or in my work break, just for 15 minutes, just to read a couple of pages of my book. It doesn't matter how many pages I read every day, just as long as I'm reading something, because I do really find it a great way for my brain to sort of switch off a bit, but I'm also learning things at the same time. So yeah, that's how I'm going to try and make my goal of finishing my book a little bit more achievable. Now, of course, I feel like this is on everyone's Christmas or winter bucket list, but it is ice skating. I love ice skating, and this year, to be honest, I don't just want to go to the ice skating rink that they have in like the city centre, because they have them here in Manchester, but it's quite a small rink. But I want to go to the big ice skating rink. I think my nearest one is Altrincham, and they have a proper like big ice skating rink. Now, every time I go ice skating, which is usually only a couple of times a year, I just fall in love with it every single time. Now, I think this is because I do also roller skate, and I've been doing roller skating like basically my whole life, like since I was a child. And I think because I get on so well with roller skating, it has very similar, I guess, techniques and uses similar muscles and things as ice skating does, and so I've never particularly struggled with ice skating. I just love it. I just really enjoy it, and I want to do that more next year, but we'll go into that when I talk about my New Year's goals. But yeah, I would like to go ice skating at least once before the new year. I would also like to bake cookies. I feel like I never really bake Christmas cookies, and I'd like to get some Christmas shaped cookie cutters, or maybe I can just shape them myself, I don't know, make some stars or Christmas tree shapes and just make some little sugar cookies or something like that. It's just a nice activity to do at home. Again, you don't need to go out to make this, you can just stay at home, bake the cookies, and you can either do this by yourself or you can do it with your friends, your partner, your family, anyone. It's just a really nice wholesome activity. Okay, the last thing on my physical list is to do a puzzle. Now, I know my mum and my little sister have been doing a lot of puzzles recently, and so they've got quite a few that they haven't done yet at home. So when I go home around Christmas, I'm hoping that I can help them to do a puzzle. And again, this is something I only do probably once a year, usually around Christmas time when I've got a little bit more free time, and they're just so enjoyable. They're a great way to switch off. Again, it's a great way to get off your phone, and I find that when I'm not on my phone, I do just generally feel a lot more positive, and I feel a lot more like I'm living in the moment. So I am just generally aiming to not go on my phone as much, and doing a puzzle is a great way to do that. And actually linking on from that, I've just thought of something. I also want to do some more Sudoku puzzles in like a puzzle book, because I really enjoy doing Sudokus. And a few years ago in the summer, I actually was doing one every single morning while I had my breakfast, because it stopped me from going on my phone while I was eating my breakfast, and it was also a great way to like wake my brain up every morning. So maybe I'll start bringing that into my morning routine again, I'm not sure. But regardless, I want to do some more puzzles over this time of year. Okay, I'm now going to move on to the last few ideas which are on my phone, and that is to get some Christmas nails, to get my nails done. As you can see, 2 of my nails have currently fallen off, but I did love this set of nails. I will pop a photo on screen now of the nails that I've got on currently, but when I first got them done, because 2 of them have fallen off. But they're like a maroon colour, and they had white bows on them, and I just thought these were really classy, elegant, and quite Christmassy nails actually. And I've got a couple of ideas of what kind of Christmas nails I would like to get. I think I'm gonna wait till maybe like the 17th, 18th, 19th of December, somewhere around then, to get my nails done so that they can last over the whole like Christmas / New Year period of time. I'll probably get some sparkly glittery nails as well, because if you can't have sparkles at Christmas, then when can you have them? This winter I would also like to go to a Christmas light display. I have been to a couple of these in the past, and a lot of sort of public places do them. I'm trying to think how to describe it. For example, I went to one at Chester Zoo the other year with my friends, and we walked around Chester Zoo, and they had this massive like walk through light display, which was really, really cool. I think they also do them at quite a lot of like National Trust parks and stately homes and things like that, where they put on light displays and then you can just walk through them. I think they're, again, a really nice way to sort of cozy up. You can put on all your layers, your hats, your scarves, your gloves, get a hot chocolate and just walk around admiring all the lights and really getting in that festive feeling. The next thing on my list is to make paper chains. Now, I'm pretty sure me and my little sister made paper chains together last year, so I'm sure she will love to do it again with me this year, because she loves all things arts and crafts. So I'm thinking that if I get some cute Christmassy paper, and I can make some paper chains with that over Christmas. The next idea is very weather dependent, but I'd like to build a snowman. I really hope it does snow at some point over the Christmas period. It will probably end up being January. Usually in England over the past few years, it doesn't end up snowing until like January, February time. I do just really hope it snows at some point around Christmas so that I can build a snowman. The final thing on my winter bucket list is to go to a pantomime. I love pantomimes. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's probably just because I am a theatre kid. I've grown up as a theatre kid, so I just love, you know, all things production based. But something about pantomimes I just especially love. I think it's how dramatic they are. Obviously everything is very over exaggerated and very dramatic, and there's that comedy element to it as well. I just find it a really nice way to relax. I think it's just so entertaining, and again, it's a festive thing to do around Christmas. That is everything on my winter slash Christmas bucket list for 2025. I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. As I said, I really recommend that if you are looking for something to do this winter, then why not make your own Christmas bucket list? I'd love to know any ideas that you are adding to your winter bucket list that I didn't mention in my video today. Please leave them in the comments. Let me know what is on your winter bucket list. I'm very, very intrigued, and maybe I'll add some of your ideas to my own bucket list as well, so please do let me know. And I really appreciate you all watching today's video. I hope that this gave you some inspiration for your own Christmas bucket list ideas and has maybe given you some motivation for this festive season. I can't wait to get started on completing some of the tasks on my bucket list, and if you did love this kind of video, then look out for my New Year's bucket list video, and I'll see you all next Sunday at 10 AM for a new video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and join me to regain your sparkle. Bye!